Hey, welcome back. So last time I sat in some varnish. And I'm happy to tell you, it's been varnished and it's been only one layer, so yes, it looks rough. But for now, I am filling up some of the gaps because between the floorboards, some of them are white, which right now obviously is a bit of a problem. And this was some kind of burn we can't get rid of, but that's a different story. Filling those gaps now. As you can see, this looks much better. In real life, the wood is so much darker than it shows up on camera. It absolutely looks terrible if you look at it on camera. It's actually not that bad in real life, I promise. So I'm filling the gaps with some stuff. So effectively, this is what I do. So I have two pieces of paper and I tape them to the floor and I move them continuously around so that I don't have waste, if that makes sense. Then I have this stuff, which I know is not wood filler, so it's not really stuff that you put in between floorboards, but I don't have to go deep, if that makes sense. Like the flexible stuff is already in there and I know it's going to eventually crack out, but this is the right color, so we're just gonna go with it. And so I scoop up a bit of this and then I just effectively push it in just like so, and then I just do one big scrape and then I'll remove the paper. And then this is the result. Obviously it needs a bit of sanding down in the end and maybe some little corrections along the side later on, but then I'll just stick it on and move on to the next. So I have done multiple of these little lines. Well, that one is obviously a bit bigger, but I'm gonna give up because the rest of in here just dried up too much for me to push in, and I reached the end of here, but I still have so much stuff to do. It looks absolutely horrible on video. I promise it looks better in real life. So it's 20 past 10, yay. So we're gonna change pants and then head home and have some dinner because I haven't had dinner yet. And yeah, that will be it for today. I know it's a short update, but you know, working days and I have to work. Klaus actually did do a lot today. So he managed to sand down everything here. So this is the floor that we were filling with the floor slivers. You can see the floor slivers here. There are like little lines in between. You can see where they ended. And it looks amazing. He did such a good job sanding this down, at least from what I can tell now. He's now going around the corner trying to get rid of some of the last varnish that's on here. And obviously this will never be like fully perfect because they're just not straight and my hands are so gross. I'm gonna change out of my pants and go home and have a beer. Welcome to a new day and to an IKEA delivery. So this is delivery fan number 1 with part of our kitchen. So that was IKEA part 1 delivery. That made it all in. Great. Move on to the next bit. And IKEA fan number 2 also made it to the house. And this is what load number 2 looks like. So it looks like they started doing the flooring. I'm so excited. They did leave what piece of skirting? Oh well, it's a tough one to remove and I'm not planning on removing the radiator, so I suppose gonna have to live with that. But look at that, that's exciting. That's actually really exciting. And the IKEA delivery that I got yesterday. So this is the IKEA delivery I got yesterday. I filmed a bit of. Now I'm gonna organize it and bring some stuff upstairs because there is some stuff that I actually don't need, if that makes sense. So some stuff needs to go upstairs because obviously like the cabinet doors and the upper cabinets I'm not gonna install just yet. That's like a sort of long from here type story. And it looks like they started plastering. That's great as well. Look at all of these improvements, people. Look at that. You see the flooring has been installed here already. Oh my god, this makes me so excited. I'm gonna try and find Klaus. He should be in here somewhere. This is amazing. Honestly, this makes me so happy. We're finally like getting to the stage that the builders don't have to be inside anymore, which means that we can just, you know, full force go ahead as well. So I cleared it up a little bit, not too much, because otherwise the builders are probably gonna dump all of that stuff in here and that's gonna make me quite unhappy if they do so. So I tried in spreading it out. Like I can deal with this amount of stuff, but I hope they don't put in any extra stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna let them know, send them a note. Also found out that the windows didn't have the detailing that I asked for. I'm quite sad about that, no fanners. I particularly asked them to do it. Welcome in this mess. Sadly, they're gonna dump it in there, which I'm not really happy about because we're gonna get a kitchen delivery, which is like an appliance delivery, which is going to be interesting. But they're gonna put in the flooring, so there will be more space. And I suppose at the poles we can just sort of lay them up against the stairs if it gets here. But that's on Friday. It's not Friday yet, it's Tuesday. So we still have some days to go. And I'm honestly quite happy. I am quite sad that they put the right there, like the white stuff. That's like the downside if you don't do stuff yourself. So a new day and we are getting a fridge delivery and they delivered it. and they sort of abandoned it. Welcome with the fridge issue. They can't get it in the kitchen, so we need to unpack it and then maneuver it into the kitchen, which is going to be an interesting experience. But we'll be fine, I hope. It took us a bit, but it's in. We actually made it through there with this thing. Welcome back. Long time no see in a t-shirt because the weather is getting better every day. But we're in a new room, which is going to start out as Klaus's office, and I'm ready to varnish. Yay! Okay, that sounded horrible, but I'm ready to varnish. As you can see, the floor has been fully sanded down. The bigger gaps have been filled, and I cleaned it up yesterday and I vacuumed it, and it's already again a mess, and I was like, oh, it should be fine, but the bills have been in here, so I should probably vacuum again. So I am going to do that, and then I am going to grab a brush because that's actually quite helpful to have around to even like brush away some little stuff. And then we're gonna go varnish it. So the choice of color is different from downstairs. We have an antique pine. According to reviews, it's incredibly orange. It's not my color. I didn't pick it, but again, it's going to start out Klaus's office, so I'm going to accept the fact that it's going to be bright orange, and I hope it's not going to be too terrible. If it is too terrible, I'm going to cry and I'm probably going to get it off. Let's do this. And it's dark outside. We reached that. I am nearly done. I'm nearly done. Look at that. I am on a tiny little island. Like, the first layer is always so much work, and it's so freaking orange. It's very orange. But if you look at it like this, it's like incredibly orange. But if you look at it like that, it's actually quite normal, if that makes sense. Obviously, it needs multiple layers because, well, there's some old varnish or lacquer that we found, or that I found, that I need to sand down. But yeah, I'm working my way to the door. I already did that one because that corner is quite complicated if you cannot stand inside, if that makes sense. So I started over there, and then I just, you know, go plank by plank. Only the last ones, I have to do 3 at a time, which is quite stressful. You can see every single time I stop, which I don't like doing because, you know, I prefer to have the continuity, but you don't see where my brush strokes is because it soaks it up so quickly, especially when it's like all fresh like this. And then obviously you find some rubble on the way, so I try to just, you know, brush it my way down and then pop on the next layer. I'm gonna finish it and then I'll check in with you. I made it to the door. Very excited for that. It does look quite good though. It's a bit yellow or orangey, but I do think that it looks quite good. Also, this floor will be dark, will be same color as we have in our bedroom. So I think it will work, definitely. Also, I should probably judge this by daylight because this is not daylight. All sorted, first layer down, a lot more work to go, some sanding, and then effectively doing 2 more layers. So I'm gonna wrap this up so that I can go home, clean it, and have dinner because it's nearly 10, which is actually an early night for me, believe it or not. Hi Stephanie, welcome back to my channel, and today I am in our bedroom that we varnished the floor of. So as you can see behind me here, that's the dark floor. It's all done, it's all finished, and now we are trying to figure out the wardrobe situation. So yesterday night we actually put together the top parts of our cupboards. So these will be the ones that will be at the top, if that makes sense. Like, we will have long doors, and then we have this unit sitting at the top to create a height, because this is 2.70 meters high and there is no wardrobes that are 2.70 meters high. And there were a couple of things that I need to look at. Like, for example, I still want to open the door and there's a little windowsill and the wall isn't straight, and there's a couple of things like that. So we just went ahead, put these together to sort of get a gist of what it looks like and how it all sits. I still need to put in the backs of the cupboards. I just didn't do that. But yeah, as you can see here, it's like sitting flush against the wall, but the wall is leaning backwards, so we have a gap. Which, if you look closely to the window and the window is straight, this area is bigger than the area down there. So this makes sense. I have to think of how to connect this actually to the wall. And then we covered up the floor because we didn't want to damage it. And I'm pausing a video for you guys. We love IKEA. IKEA is great. IKEA came in clutch with these wardrobes, I have to say. They're plot, so I'm going to build them in so you won't really necessarily see them. But yeah, so for this point, because obviously I cannot put the cupboard behind here, even though it would have fit it, I'm not going to do that because I want to be able to to open the door. The door was behind here, it would have like been obstructed, if that makes sense. So I need to place a beam that's about this size that I sort of attach it to the wall, and then we have to sort of build a frame as we go. And these ones are the holes for the little legs that you can screw in, but obviously they're also at the bottom because IKEA, so it's, you know, the same bottom and top. But yeah, so the bigger ones I'll actually have the legs, and I'll raise the legs up a bit more as well to actually have the skirting go around. Either way, you'll see it, but we're just kind of like puzzling a bit, and we went with the option of having a slimmer one, two bigger ones, and then a slimmer one again, because obviously A, the window, and B, the door, if you walk in, you don't like walk straight into a massive wardrobe, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the current situation, and we will be building the same ones there as well, but that's a bit more of a challenge because they don't fit perfectly. So I'll have to adjust one of these, which is going to be an interesting experiment because of the way they're attached. I'll probably have to just attach them in a different way on one side, but that's fine. Yeah, that's it for now.